Furious Driving, proud to be supported by Bidding Classics, the online classic car marketplace with more cars added every week. Diamond Bright, protecting, cleaning and caring for the Furious fleet and for yours with 10% off using code FD10. And Lancaster Insurance cover the Furious fleet. They are one of the biggest specialist insurers in the UK, covering all areas of vintage to modern classic cars and motorbikes. Follow the links in the description below. Hello and welcome to Furious Driving, and this is quite an exciting place to be because you might have heard about the crazy man with dozens of Aston Martin Lagondas, and yes, this is that very garage where there are, well, in this row here, a dozen Lagondas alone. But the owner, Roger Dudding, has actually got 25 of the things. They say to own one makes you borderline certifiable. To own 25 of them, who knows what that means. But these things were unloved at the time by many, adored by a few. Today, they are real curiosity. But the incredible thing about this garage that we're in right now is not the fact that there's 25 Lagondas in here, which we'll take a look at in a second, but the fact there's 400 cars over 3 floors and in a second building. And I don't think we're ever going to get to the second building today, so that will come in another video at a later date. So let's start at the end and see as many cars as we can in as short a time as possible, because there's a lot to get through. So this is an Irish registered later model. Now the car's changed quite significantly, and I hadn't really noticed how much they changed until I saw 2 side by side. So this is a very late one. No pop-up headlights, more integrated front end, triple headlights, or 6 headlights along the front, and inside the car much more grown up, and underneath the skin much better handling. The early cars, the William Townes pure original design with this incredible sharp flat edge, I'd never really noticed this little rise up on the corner, and how crisp this step over the bonnet is. Amazing cars, which they had digital displays, but before the days when digital displays were really practical or sensibly possible. So CRT screens and electronics put together by Sinclair. And this is a truly astonishing collection and place to be. You'll notice also the sunroof is in the back of the car. Now we did start following an EV conversion on one of these a little while ago on the channel. Unfortunately that has kind of stalled for the time being. Unsurprisingly, it's a massive project, but hopefully we'll come back to that at a later date when some more progress has been made. And seriously, have you ever seen quite so many? Some of these cars are perfect and borderline immaculate. Other ones like this one are basically projects. And there aren't just ordinary Lagondas down here in this collection. This is a long wheelbase one, and this is the most 1980s car I think I've ever seen. Not only is it the insane angles of a Lagonda to begin with, not only have we got the insane angles of a Lagonda to begin with, we've now got this crazy, so 1980s solid body kit down the sides. We've got our lattice alloy wheels, which are only about 14 inch by the look of it. We've got our boomerang TV aerial in the back. Lovely metallic cream paintwork, and in the side you'll see how far back they've extended, because this is where the sunroof normally is, and they've just put more roof behind it. We do though have velvets. Are they velvet curtains? They look like they might be. Lots of wood, lots of leather, just massively 1980s. Incredible crazy dashboard. But one I did see a second ago, which I'll try and get back to in a second, is this one, the gold-plated Lagonda. So obviously we've got the grille in gold, we've got the headlight surrounds in gold. That's a given really. The wheels are 24 karat gold-plated. Looking inside the car, or looking to get inside the car, gold-plated door handles, gold-plated ashtrays, switches, gear knob, door handles, the air vents in the ceiling, the ends of the hand grabs up top, the seatbelt buckles. The car is just festooned in gold, even a gold Lagonda badge at the back. You have to wonder who did this to their car and how much it cost. back in, I don't know what, this is a Mark 1 or 2, I think. Back in 1988 E-plate, so wow. Astonishing stuff, really. Now you might think this collection is a bit samey with just 24 Lagondas, but if we go upstairs, there is a bit of everything. Let's go take a look around. I was wrong, there's not 3 floors, there's 5 floors, but one of those floors is a workshop. So moving away from the esoteric eccentricity of the Lagondas, instantly into something even more weird. It's a Mini. That's not weird, except it's a Mini Shorty with a Mini shorter trailer. So incredible stuff, just walking straight at the door. So just insane variety. Jensen Healy, BMW 8 Series. BMW 8 Series, he likes variety of the same vehicles quite a lot. But if you've got the kind of money that puts a collection like this together, you can afford to indulge that kind of thing. Aston Martins. Interrupted by TVR. Oh, and I forgot to mention the Austin. And how could I miss a little A50 Cambridge? And he did say one of his favourite cars was his dad's old Morris Minor. This isn't it, this is somewhere else in the collection. This is a 1970 Morris pickup. So a bit of everything really in here. More ordinariness. MGTF from 2001, a recent acquisition, but this is his dad's car, the original car that started the collection in a way, although the first car was actually a Jensen FF. This is 1955 split screen. Now these are quite unusual. The Rolls-Royce Camargue Coupe, not a car you see very often at all, never one you see side by side. Quite an unusually styled Rolls-Royce. Again, a bit like the Lagonda, a love it or hate it kind of a thing. We've got some Shadow 2s, potentially Shadow 1 along here as well. All got convertible, which is really the Corniche for. A Mulliner Park Ward convertible. So I'm skimming through because there are so many cars. Now straight into Fords. Ford Sporter, 1984 Mark III Capri with full-on excessively 80s body kit, which is brilliant. And this is the cleaner looking later 87 injection, a 2.8. Those cracking wheels on it. Now you might have heard of Roger Dudding from his garage company, Duddrich Holdings. If you rent a lock-up garage, you might be renting one of his garages. I believe this car, this Orion, actually came from one of those lock-ups when it was left in there by a previous tenant who'd abandoned it, and now it's been added to the collection. So I've got the Scimitar GTE. We've got the Jensen GT, a couple of little coupes there, and a very pretty little Rover P4. This one is a Rover 80. Lovely bench seat in there. Suicide doors. Oh, lovely primrose yellow Jag just there, but I'm getting ahead of myself. There's more and more stuff I haven't seen yet. Rover P5B 3.5 litre. Coupe top, fantastic. Definitely a car I'd love to be adding to my collection. That deliciously nice V8 and that incredible 1960s meets old world charm interior. Very, very modern and cutting edge, despite the fact it looks quite old these days. Now we've got a Jensen 541, which is a cool looking thing from the 50s. Next to a Nissan Figaro, a Micra N Drag. Now these are interesting things. The Austin Swallow. This is where Jaguar kind of came from after coming from the, graduating from the sidecar business. They started rebodying Austin 7s. Really pretty little cars. Speaking of cars, a KA. This is beyond esoteric. This is just such a mad collection. This is definitely a design icon of the future. Definitely one to watch in terms of future collectibles, because these just rot. Finding a good one these days is virtually impossible. So one that's been kept here is dry safe conditions. That's a good one to have. Little A30 on Mokes, 2 Mokes. Wow. Again, incredible variety. Incredible to find 2 of them together. Now you might think a Moke is tiny. What's a Morris Moke? Gosh, wow. You don't even notice half of this stuff until after you walk past it and look back at it again. The Moke is an amazing mini derivative, outdoor beach car kind of thing. And you think that's quite a small car until you see a Fiat 500 and you realise exactly how tiny a Fiat 500 is. Dinky wee thing, and there's two of them there as well. Oh, and we've got some minis as well. Excellent. 3 minis in a row just there. This is, what year is this one? No, don't know. Oh, this is a 1971 Cooper S. Looks great with the black roof. Very nice little car. And that is next to a later car by looking at it. Private plates, I can't tell what year it is, but it looks probably 1990s. That's very cool. And then we've got a Clubman. Oh, this isn't just any old Clubman. This is a wooden picket Margrave Elite Landau. All of the words going on there. A wooden picket were quite high-end mini customizers. This looks like a convertible, but the Landau top is the hard vinyl roof with the old Coach and Horses styling. And this has got the oval rear window. It's got all the wooden picket signature things here. There's a badge on the back of it just there, WP. And inside, extreme luxury for a Mini with the leather, the velour, the wood trim. Dashboard is completely bespoke to a wooden picket car. Smell the rich Corinthian hide. I mean, Connolly leather. Oh, this is rather fun. 59 Topolino 600. A 1959 Fiat 600. Which got the reverse hinged suicide doors, rear engined. 2 different answers to the family car problem. Very much in the same spirit as, of course, the Austin 7 as the Ford KA over there. And this is a 39 500 Topolino. That lovely sort of deco styling, the aero styling. Very pretty indeed. And you get what I'm saying about the eclectic nature of this collection. Because over there's an Audi TT. There's 2 Audi TTs and a Saab 900 convertible. And what might be a E46 M3 possibly. But right now, one of my favourite things going around, Austin 7. This is one of the greatest cars of all time and something I need to add to my collection. Now you might be excited by those Bentleys over there, which I'll run back to in a second, but what many of you I think will be more excited by is this. It's a Nissan Primera Estate. I mean, seriously, how rare is this? This is possibly one of the rarest cars in the showroom. Well, the collection, N plates, what's that, 1995-96. 2-litre LX Primera Estate from Ironside in 0181, somewhere in London. Wow, it's an automatic, oh gosh, unusual for a 95. E55 AMG, now this is a real Q car because they don't look that drastically different from the regular Mercedes, but they've got a stonking great V8 in them, ridiculously fast. Makes a great noise as well. So yeah, wandering back over here, yes, it is an E46 M3. Lovely car. One of the best M3s going, really, in terms of handling and build and everything. And this is definitely going to be a favourite with the viewers, I'm sure. 900 convertible. Look how tiny the alloys on it are. Wow. And it's Stag Central back here. 3 Stags. What an insane collection. Oh my gosh, there's more over there I've just missed. 3 Stags and an X-Type. And there's many Bentleys. I mean, I don't even know what the half of these Bentleys are. Continental R Coupe. This one's a wide body something or other. On a private plate, so I guess it's one of his favourites. Another wide body. AMG SL55. Now lurking back into this corner of the collection, some stuff we missed past, that Primrose Yellow. I said Jag, but it's actually a Daimler, isn't it? It's a Daimler V8, the 250 Daimler engine in it. Some people regard it as a better car than the Mark II Jag, which is the same shell. Next up we've got a 2003 Carrera 2 Cabrio and a very nice 107 SL 500 Roadster. Very good.
See that, and you don't see that, so you walk over and we get that, that's right.
And of course the Lancia.
That's right. It ain't that if you cut your head open. Then
Check out that interior colour. You don't get interior colours like that anymore, do you? Which is a shame. Oh, that steering wheel design, that's nice.
Yeah, oh no, you're good. But I'm saying, just read that.
So Lancia Beta 1600. Now, if you like a Citroen DS, this area here is the right place for you. There's 3 of them in a row. This is a 72 DS21 EFI Palisone, so quite a nice update on the car, which has been out for about 10-15 years at this point. There's another DS next to it. Incredible design. These little bumperettes will take your knees off if you're not careful. 2 right-hand drive, 1 left-hand drive. And this one is, let's see if we can get some information on this one here. A Palace as well. Love these long, sculpted, sweeping tail lights up here. And we move from the Citroen. This is a DS23 with Injection Electronique. And Porsche, the Porsche corner. 91 Carrera 4 Targa. That's a cool car. A Boxster, I believe, which is a great car to buy right now. In fact, 2 Boxsters. Now is the time to buy a Boxster. My buying advice to anyone watching. A Beetle. You know, the more time passes from me selling my Beetle for the idea, the more I regret selling it. Maybe we'll get another one soon. And this one is a 968 Coupe. Oh, it's an automatic, never mind. As well as all the rarities from the past and the family cars and everyday cars of the past, this is a real rarity from recent years, Jensen CV8. I mean, I think I saw this at the motor show when they announced it. I don't think I've seen another one since. Now, the weird and the wonderful of this collection doesn't get much weirder and wonderfuler than this. This is a 1984 Bambi tricycle. Rear single wheel, engine, petrol engine in the back. Have you ever seen anything more 1980s than this? Ever? Just a, I don't know, it looks like it should be in a sports centre from 1984 with Sport for All stickers all over it. It's brilliant. This one's only got 2,600 miles on it. Okay, another floor of cars. More weird and wonderful. Okay, MGB, that's pretty normal. Another Citroen DS, but this one is a DS décapotable, I can't even say the word, it's French, which is one of the 5 in the world right-hand drive chaperon convertibles. This is a super rare and valuable car. Alpha Spider over there, Citroen Traction Avant, wonderful car over there. This E-Type apparently has got some incredible racing heritage, but I'm not quite sure what that is. We'll walk on it back in a second because they're quite interesting over there as well. We've got the Frog Eye Sprite, brilliant fun car to drive. We've got, what is this? 1932 Singer Junior, and Ellswick, which was an early, I think it's early 80s single-seater in the middle. Disabled car, wasn't it, this thing? From memory. I think it's electric, I might be wrong. Might be a petrol engine underneath there. We've got ourselves a Bond Bug, we've got another Austin 7. You can't have too many Austin 7s because it's they're all different. It's a Sports Saloon Deluxe. I'm sure many people will be going Sporter at the sight of this 2.8i Granada. Oh, and a BMW Shark, a 628 CSI. Thinking of moonlighting? This is the car. Fantastic. Ooh, a 420G. Very, very, very Thunderbirds looking car. Oh, love one of these things. Huge, mad, brilliant. And this one, also fabulous, is a Citroen SM. Check out the air vent in the top of the bonnet. This is so cool. And that's next to a 1952 AC Saloon, another rarity. Oh, P6, this is a 2000. Was in the Rover Owners Club at some point. 4-speed manual, black flat plate leather. This is a 1972, so very similar indeed to my 2000 in fact. Now over here, this is quite an unusual looking Bristol, perhaps slightly visually impaired, at least on the part of those looking at it. This is a Bristol Beaufighter from 1988. Next to a very beautiful Lagonda, next to a very imposing Vauxhall Motors, Luton. That's a big thing from the, I guess, the late 30s, early 40s. Check out the Stag. This has come from an estate somewhere, I guess. And a Bentley, a wood panel Bentley. Again, must be an estate car. Now, ooh, something a bit modern just there from Kia. A couple of Hustlers, my goodness. And another Morris Traveller. This is Kid in a Sweet Shop type place. Now, we've been in a couple of Hustlers on the channel previously. This one's called Space Shuttle. And you can see the definite NASA and Space Shuttle inspiration going in that one. Another six-wheeler, a Huntsman with the beige. Lovely 80s colour. Now, you might be thinking that all these collections, what does he do with them? How do they get used? They must be just stagnating here. But there's a team of mechanics and people who look after these cars in the building. And all the cars are run up every couple of months, taken for a drive, they're kept serviced, oil changed, everything up to date on them. And they are driven for just a road test every couple of months. But they're also used for TV and video and so movie work quite a lot. And to the extent that there's actually a TV studio, or a film studio, built around the back of this building. So you can take a car straight from the collection onto a movie set, and it can be being filmed with, well, as long as it takes to move 19 cars out of the way, and get it out. So the cars are not just stagnating in here. This is a living, breathing collection, which includes yet another Lagonda. And we've hit some Lotuses. We've got the later model Elan, which I was always quite a fan of, especially in that colour. We've got a Europa twin cam, a Europa Sports, we've got an Elise S1, wow, real TVR colour there, that flip thing. MGA Coupe, oh, very pretty car indeed. Coupe looks so good there. Got ourselves an MG Midget. Another Frog Eye Sprite. A lot of early stuff here, 40s and earlier. That's a Rover 12, by the way, just there. And a Lancaster, Roy Lancaster. Contrast that with a 1990, what's that, 93, 94 Audi 2.6, it's an 80, isn't it? Convertible. Complete opposite of this beautiful Mercedes 250. Check out that magnificent dashboard and interior. These are beautiful cars to be in. A lovely colour as well. Very similar to the Lancaster, which has got double suicide doors. That's quite unusual. Normally when you've got a suicide door on the front, all the hinging goes off the B-post. This is suicide doors front and rear. I think because it's easier to get your feet in around the seats when you do it that way. Got ourselves a Mark II Jag. This is a 3.8 litre, the good one as some people say. Early XJ, which is very nice indeed. More Jags. More Jag, XJ6, and a Bristol, another Bristol. Very cool thing, Bristol 2 litre, and this enormous thing, you don't realise how big it is, but then it goes back quite a long way further than the Bristol next to it. It's a 1960 Olds 88. This is a Super 88, not from the Rocket 88, this one's a Super 88. It's the vastness of it. Now, the Rocket 88 was a long-running theme, and this has got the Rocket little logos here between the headlamps, and we've got the Rocket emblem actually is a solid metal flourish designed to really injure pedestrians. The styling on this thing is just incredible. Wrap around rear glass, they got the floating roof. Super 88, big script down the side, these incredible fins with the lights horizontal along the top. This is a fabulous car. I mean, there's not a bad car in here really, but the styling of these 50s into the early 60s American cars really is something else. Okay, now we've got some more Lagondas. Not a long wheelbase, but it has got the curtains in the back and a TV in the dashboard. Another Bentley, another Lagonda, another Bristol. Another Jensen 541, Jensen 6.3 litre FF. Now this might be the car that started the collection. Before he started this collection, he made his money. You might be amused to know this. If ever you've taken a ticket to say you're number 3 in a queue in a supermarket. He invented those machines, and that's where he started making his money from. And the car he started that business with as his everyday car to go and meet clients, deliver products and everything, was a Jensen FF, the Ferguson four-wheel drive, Ferguson fixed four-wheel drive I think it is. I think it's actually this car, because there aren't that many of them around. If he's got 2 of them, I'll be stunned. A basic, boring, ordinary Interceptor. There are in fact 3 more Interceptors over there, including a saloon, because normally they're like a hatch. 2CV, Morgan. Apparently the cream Morgan's only got like a couple 100 miles on it because it was given to a lady as a birthday present. She hated it, drove it for one summer, put it in the garage, never drove it again. A couple of 356s, an MGB, cracking little Beetles. Love the two-tone one. That wraparound roof-hugging roof rack is a lovely bit of artwork. Such amazing cars here. Oh yeah. So, Lancia Fulvia Sport, Jensen.
I don't know really how into motor racing you are.
Oh wow, got a Trabant and many Land Rovers, Series 3, Series 1, Series 2, a Range Rover, Zodiac, oh trucks, a Lagonda, this is just insane. Lee Francis, and this, oh, Fiat Coupe, fabulous thing. The old Silverstone safety car. It's a Clino, and another early Jaguar, and a little Massey Ferguson or a Fordson, I'm not quite, oh, it's a Fordson tractor, and a whole bunch of pre-war stuff I couldn't even begin to start describing, brass era things. So this is the Studio 434 collection. It is just astonishing, mind-blowing, and we've barely scratched the surface because we've rushed around here as fast as we can, and there's still another building, and I didn't even get to go back and show you that Range Rover CSK and the 2 other Range Rover Classics that were next to it. There's just so much. You might call this collection insane. I'd have to agree, but with the proviso that the only thing stopping me venturing down this road is just a lack of funds. If I had the budget, this would be my life and I would be loving it. But I hope you've enjoyed looking around what is the biggest private car collection in Europe, and it's certainly among the biggest private collections in the world, because I've certainly had my mind blown walking around it. If you've enjoyed this, please, as always, hit like and subscribe, and join me again next time. Well, who knows what we're doing, but sadly it won't be among 400 cars. Until next time, goodbye.